welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing very well today. So if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Natalie Jade and I post videos over here at least twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. I also have a vlogging channel where I post weekly over there, so please do check that out as well. But today I'm very excited because I'm going to be testing out the new Revolution Creator palette. I saw Creator Revolution online before where they did a bit of a competition and I was so interested by that, and now they've actually released their own Creator Revolution line and everything is so gorgeous. I couldn't get it all, but I managed to get my hands on this palette. This is the Creator Revolution Royal Colour palette, and there was 2 big ones. These are just like the Forever Flawless ones, and there's 2 big ones, this one and a darker one, but I went for this one because I just thought it's got so many nice colours in and I could create so many pretty looks with this. That's what I'm going for. And I also did get another little palette that I just wanted to mention and show to you guys. This is the Lights on High Shimmer Shadows palette, and it is so pretty, so I will show you this in the video as well. But without further ado, let's get straight on with today's video. Do not forget to like, subscribe and comment, and let's get started. So I'm just going to start off by unpackaging this, and this is such a gorgeous palette. It just reminds me of my Forever Flawless palettes because it is a Forever one. This is a Forever Limited one, so it's basically a giant version of the Forever Flawless. So it's got the metal casing and it's very similar, but it's got some really pretty writing on the front, if you can see there, all different colours. And then this is, when we open her up, look at those gorgeous shades. I'll show you a bit up close so you can see, but there's so many absolutely stunning shades in there. It's got such a good range. It's got some warmer tones over at this side with some sunset colours, and they've got some oranges, yellows, things like that, some browns and nudes. And then over at this side they've got some pinks, but mainly greens and blue shades, and then there's some warm kind of shimmers down the middle as well. So these are all the stunning colours. So you can't see it as well on camera, it looks quite white on camera, but it's actually a gorgeous lavender shade. It's the same shade as these walls here. It is a gorgeous lavender shade as the actual palette. So I'll quickly unbox the other palette and show you. This isn't from the Creator collection, I just wanted to show you it because on Revolution website there's different tiers, so you can get all these different perks and points, and once you reach the different levels, so there's like gold, there's bronze, silver, gold, and I've just reached the gold level. It's basically when you spend a lot of money on their website basically, and I've just reached the gold level, and you get lots of different perks and you get a free gift worth £20, and this is mine. Can I just first off show you guys how gorgeous the packaging is. It's XX Revolution Skin and Makeup, and this is the packaging of the palette, which is stunning. It's a little bit of a chunky one, but I don't mind that. It's quite compact and it's very pretty. It's got like a reflective pink, like metallic pink, and then when you open up, it is gorgeous. So you can see that it's actually got lights on the side of the mirror, so once you open it up you see the lights go on and off. This is so cute. This is probably why it's so expensive, because I thought it's quite a small palette in size, you know, compared to this. So I paid £20 for this. So in comparison, £20 for this compared to this seems like a very big difference, but the reason is because of how good it is. It's got the lights inside, it's got a nice full-sized mirror, and then it's got some gorgeous shades in there too. But if you do want to see me do like a look on this palette, I'll kind of like go through this palette, do a first impression, swatch it out, let me know in the comments down below, and that can be for another day in another video. But for today, we're going to go in with this Creator Revolution palette. So I actually ordered this on Saturday because that's when it was released, was on the Saturday morning. And I ordered it then, and I got the earliest shipping I could get. And it came today, which is Monday morning. And I've been so excited because I've been out all day at my nan's house. I've been so excited to get home to be able to open this and film the video straight away for you guys. But these are the colours, and they are just stunning. I think I'm gonna go for a kind of nudie sunset look, I think, just because it's something that I haven't done on my channel in a while. It's something that I really enjoy doing, and just look at those gorgeous warm tones in this palette. If you guys do enjoy this, then I could do some more videos using this palette as well, maybe try some more looks out. But at the moment I think I'm gonna go for like a warm toned nude look, I'm thinking. So I'm gonna go with like these yellows, the reds and that kind of thing. Another thing that I find really handy about this palette, a little bit irrelevant, but you can actually stand it up like that. So I've currently got it stood up balancing on these two bits on my desk, and I really like that because it's easy to just be able to tap into them. Also, I just wanted to show you guys the full-size mirror in this. Like, I'm sorry, but how big is that? I love a full-size mirror in a palette. I love a really nice big mirror that you can just look into while you're doing your makeup. It makes it so much easier. So I'm just going to show you guys a full swatch of the palette now, and these shades are absolutely stunning. I'm going to go in with my Peeler Base. This is in the shade 2, and it is so good. This is perfect for my skin tone. I use it all the time. And I'm just going to take a small amount of that onto the back of my hand. And I'm going to apply this as a base on my eyes. I've done the rest of my makeup at the moment, so I've done my contour, blush, things like that just before the video, so then it doesn't end up being like an hour-long video before I even get into my eyes. So I'm going to zoom in for you guys a little bit so you guys can actually see what's going on in here. And then I'm flipping it over for the other side to get product off the other side. I'm just covering my whole lid in this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my mini beauty blender and I'm going to blend this out. I'm just being really gentle though because I don't want to soak up all the product that I've just applied. So that's pretty much all applied and blended in quite nicely actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with these nice kind of transition shades. So I'm going to take the shade Ombre, so it's kind of this nudie orangey shade, and I'm just going to start applying that through my crease, and I just think that's a really nice one. It'd be quite a good transition shade. I'm not sure why the underneath of my eyes are so red right now, but I'm going to go over with cut crease later on when I underline them anyway, so it'll be fine. So I'm just applying that through my crease, and the pigmentation of this product, I only got the smallest amount, but the pigmentation of this is so good. Like, look at that already. The pigmentation is so good on that. So I'm going to do the same thing on my other eye and just run that through my crease. So that's what it's looking like, and that is such a pretty colour, and I can already tell that I'm going to love this palette. I also just want to point out the names of these. They are so cute. So it's got things like Striking, Get Ready With Me, Beauty Room, Cut Crease, Ombre, Pout, Eye Lift, Full Face Fashion, Glam Squad, 1 Mil, Viral, Airbrush. Like, they've got all these different names and they're all like related to like creators and things like that, so I love that. So the next one I'm going to go in with this Revolution brush. I don't actually know what the name of this is, I just know it's a limited edition one that I got like over a year ago, but it's quite nice to apply colour with. So I'm going in with the shade Magic, which is this bright orange here, and I'm just going to apply that on my crease and see what happens. And then the same on my other lid. I'm just building this colour up, but so far the pigmentation in this palette just seems to be ridiculous. It seems so good. So that's now what it's looking like. I'm going to blend this out a little bit more. I'm going to use the shade Beauty, which is the white, like it's a pure white one. I'm just going to use that to blend this out into my eyes, just so if I'm blending as I'm going along, hopefully it's not as big as a job at the end, and it just kind of ends up looking a lot more kind of flawless and just a nicer blend in general. So I'm tapping into the shade Enhance, which is this really nice kind of like mango shade next to the shade Magic. And I'm running this through my crease just above where we put Magic. And then right down into my inner corner as well. And it's a really nice colour is that. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and that's just going to transition between that Magic shade and my skin tone. It's so nice. So I'm just going to play with that, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with the yellow, because I really like the yellow. And I'm going to take this brush here. This is one of my favourites. This is the 301 by Real Techniques. And I'm taking the yellow, which is Get Ready With Me. And I'm just applying that really gently on the outer side of that, on top of what we've just done. So it just gives a tiny bit of yellow, but we don't want it to be kind of like too bright. So I'm just applying that on the outside there. And that is what it is looking like. That one you can see is a bit more yellow, and I like the blend of that more, so I'm going to add a little bit more into this eye and kind of blend it out until I'm actually happy with it. And then I'm going back into Enhance and just putting that through my crease. And then again with Magic, putting that underneath all of them. I'm just trying to build up the colour and the kind of blend of them together. So now that I've started to kind of like get that colour up a little bit, I'm going to go in with a darker shade. I'm going to use a shade called Recreate here, which is kind of like a pinky red. It's kind of like a corally colour. And I'm just going to get a different brush. So I'm going to get this one, which is a bit thinner. This is one of my Studio London brushes, and I'm just tapping into that. And I'm just going to focus on the crease, but like the outer corner of my crease, and just blend that out there. Let's add a little bit more depth into that outer corner of my eye, and then the same thing on my other lid. So that's what that's looking like. I'm going to go with my cut crease again, and I'm going to take my P. Louise, and I'm just applying some onto the back of my hand again, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually do a proper cut crease now. So I'm just going to apply this onto both of my lids, and then blend it out. So that is now fully applied. I did get a little bit down here, but it doesn't really matter. And then I'm going to blend it out a little bit, just kind of tapping it with my beauty blender, just to kind of soften them edges up. I do really like that mango shade. I think it's a really, really good transition between the orange and the yellow. So this is currently what it's looking like, a little bit more up close, and I do love the shades. I might do some darker colours, so I might do like a purple and maybe some more like red. We don't really have many reds in the palette. I think that's the only colour this palette doesn't have is red. So what I might do, because this one is here, it's kind of a reddy shade, but it's a shimmer, and I don't really want to use this shimmer yet. So what I might do is kind of do this pinky purple trio here, and then start to blend it into like the oranges. I feel like that might look kind of good. So I'm going to go in with the shade Full Face, which is a pinky kind of purpley cerise colour. I'm going in with my 310 brush, and I'm just dabbing some of this onto the brush, and then just applying this around here. And just blending that out. I'm going to do the same thing on my other lid. It's like not right into the corner, but it's like just a little bit off the centre. And then I'm going to go in with Fashion, which is like a dark purple. It's quite a pigmented one. It's like the darkest purple they've got, and I'm just applying that and kind of packing it into that outer corner. I don't want to get loads of this, so I'm just going to pack it on instead of like blending it out, and then I can blend it out afterwards. And the same thing on my other lid is just packing some of this into the corner, and then we'll blend it out after. The only flaw I found with this palette so far is that it's a little bit crumbly. Just the tiniest bit. Like obviously palettes are gonna get crumbly, like you can't expect every palette to be perfect and things like that, and you know the powders, they're gonna get crumbly, but that's the only problem I found with them, is they're a little bit crumbly. Like here, I'll try to show you guys a bit up close. You guys can see on the purple here, it's quite difficult to see, but it's actually crumbled a little bit, and there's a bit of product kind of falling out, so it's a little bit more crumbly than some palettes I've had. It's not really a problem, you just know that you need to be a little bit more delicate with it and a little bit more careful with it. But the pigment in this palette has been absolutely gorgeous so far, and this is what it's looking like. So I'm going to get a cleaner brush. I'm just going to clean that brush off actually that I've just used, and I'm just blending from the outer corner in, and then the same on my other eye. So you can see how that is blended really, really nicely. I'm literally in love with these pigments already. And I'm going to go in with some of the orange shades again to kind of just build that up a little bit. So I've just had to take a 10-minute break to go and take my dogs out. So if my hair's a little bit different from the wind, or the lighting's a little bit different because it's like half an hour later, that is why. But I'm going to jump straight back into this video. So I'm going in with that light fluffy brush, and I'm going to run the Full Face, which is that cerise shade, through my crease again, but just kind of through the right hand side, if that makes sense, like the outer part. Okay, and I'm going to do the same on my other eye. This is just kind of bring that pinky purple back in. And then I'm going to go in with the original orange that we used, which is Magic. So that's quite the dark orange. I'm using my 301 brush for this. I don't want to get too much of the product, just enough that it kind of brings that colour back in. And I'm just doing this right on top of my crease, and then taking the shade Enhance and a little bit above that, just to kind of get that lighter shade and kind of blend them out a little bit nicer. You can see what I mean there by the blend of the different shades. And I'm just going to keep playing with this. So I'm just going to take Magic, which is a really nice kind of deep orange. There's this outer corner here that I want to be a bit cleaner with the orange, because it's got quite a lot of purple on. I don't want to lose that gorgeous orange kind of like deep warm tone. So you can kind of see the orange a little bit better now, and I'm going to go in, but I'm going to go in with the Get Ready With Me, which was that yellow, and I'm really lightly just buffing that over the orange there. So you can kind of see the yellow starting to come out, and I'm just going to play with that and keep buffing it up. I want to be really gentle with it because I don't want it to be too intense and kind of then end up covering up all the orange, but then I also want to be able to see the blend. So now that blends that out and you can actually see the orange and the yellow quite clearly now, I'm going to go in with that gorgeous purple which is called Fashion, that really bright purple again, and I'm just going to tap that into my outer corner. I'm literally just doing that on both eyes. I'm just tapping that in, and then I'm going to take a little bit more and kind of pull it across a little bit, and same on the other eye, just take a little bit more. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the shade Pout and then a little bit of Full Face and kind of just mix the two together. I'm just going to apply a little line next to that purple, just a little transition shade for those two. So I'm going to take the tiniest dab of the shade Beauty, which is the white, it's the tiniest amount, just to help blend my edges. So I'm just going to blend up here, and then I'm blending that purple across my lid. I'm going to apply a little bit more of that purple, just kind of deepen it up a little bit because there's more on one eye than the other, and it's a gorgeous shade. And now I'm going to blend it through again, but I only want it to be blended like on the outer corner of my eye. I don't want it to go too far in. So that is currently what it is looking like, and I just love this colour combination. They are such pretty shades and the pigment is so good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this brush here, which is one of my Studio London brushes, and I'm just tapping into that shade Beauty, which is the white, and I'm just applying that in my inner corner all the way out, so it kind of just brightens that up. Because it is a really pretty colour, but that just brightens it up a little bit. And the same thing on my other eye. And then I am actually going to be using one of the shimmers because I really want to try the shimmers. I'm not 100% sure which yet. So I'm going to swatch a couple more again. I think I'll probably end up using Radiance, which is this gorgeous kind of bright shimmer here. And I want quite a white shimmer to go in my lid there to kind of like brighten that up and make it blend into the pink. And that is that one, so it's so gorgeous. I know I did swatch them earlier on, but it's just easier when you actually come to the colours. I'll be honest, I think that'll actually work as a highlighter as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this one as an inner corner shimmer because I feel like I could use a different colour to blend that in really nicely because it's so bright. So that's what it's looking like, and it is stunning. I'm a really big fan of that shimmer. It's got gorgeous kind of shade in it. It's so pigmented. So that's the inner corner shimmer we've got there, which is so pretty. And then I'm going to try these ones here. So I've got Glam Squad, which is this really gorgeous bright pink. And then I've got Brand. And then I'm going to try Collab. I'm also going to swatch Must Have because I really want to. So these are those ones. And I think I'm probably going to use one of these two. But I'm going to swatch them all anyway. So that is the first one, that gorgeous gold. I'll just swatch them all and then show you. So that's what they look like, and there's some stunning colours in there. I do love the pink, but I kind of think the gold's a little bit more subtle. I think I'm probably going to use a gold and then blend it into the pink to then blend into the purple. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take my finger to apply this with, just because I feel like it's so much easier applying glitters with your finger and you can get it in just the right place. So I'm going in with the shade Collab, which is one of these 3 bigger kind of shimmer shades. I'm just applying this in the first kind of third of my lid, and I don't want too much, I just want it to be that shimmer there. So I've just applied it that much, and it is so gorgeous. I'm so happy I chose this one. It's so pretty. I just love the colours. So this is what it looks like. I'll also insert a photo of what the other palette looked like, so if you do want me to get that one and to test that one out as well, so do let me know. However, these videos aren't actually sponsored by Revolution. These opinions are all my own. I haven't been told to make these videos or anything. I do not work with Revolution at all. I wish I did, but I don't. So I just want to let you guys know that all the opinions in this video are my own. If I have a problem with something, if I don't like something, I will tell you guys. And if there's a palette I'm obsessed with, I will tell you guys. So As I said earlier on, so far the only issue I've had with this palette is that it's slightly crumbly, but literally look at my eyes right now, like look at the pigment and just look at the colour. Like, this palette is gorgeous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over a couple more shades just to kind of define them a little bit, and then I'll be right back. So I'm just going to over some of those shades a little bit just so none of them are lost. And now I'm going to go with this pink shimmer, which is the Glam Squad one. I'm just going to apply the smallest little bit onto my lid there, literally just to blend in the glitters and the kind of like matte shades. So I'm just blending some of that on, and I don't want to use it too much at all. It's literally just as kind of like a transition shade between my glitters and my mattes. So this is what it is looking like, and I'm not going to lie, I'm obsessed with this palette. I'm so obsessed. So I'm going to take this brush here. This is my Real Techniques 301 brush. I'm going to take Full Face, which is that gorgeous cerise shade, and I'm just going to apply that underneath my lid there, just in the outer corner, and then the same on the other eye. And then next I'm going to get the shade Magic, which is that orange, and I'm just going to apply that in the first bit underneath my eye there. Just as a little bit. I don't want too much, but I just want a little bit. So this is now what it is looking like, and I just love this palette so much. I've got so many gorgeous colours. And so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my mascara on, be right back, and then I'll show you guys the finished look. So this is now the final look. I really hope you guys like it. I am so happy. The pigmentation in this palette is so gorgeous. So I'm so happy with it. So thank you all so much for watching this video. I really hope you've all enjoyed this. If you have, do not forget to smash that big thumbs up button for me. You can just see all the swatches on my hand. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content just like this. And then leave me a lovely little comment to read it later on down below. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!